In this video, we're going to look at how to use VS Code and Claude Code to create a PowerPoint slide deck. So what we're going to hopefully end up with is something that looks like this. So hopefully a quite professional looking output in terms of various slides. And we're going to begin looking at the global mergers and acquisitions market. So what the AI will do is go out, try and find the most recent information about what's been happening in terms of mergers and acquisitions right across the world, compiles it then into a set of slides, which hopefully should be of very good quality. So you can see it collects information around different aspects of what the merger picture will look like, provides some key numbers, and can also put together various graphs to demonstrate trends. So this then is if anyone's going to be working in a professional finance company like an investment bank or any sort of firm where you're going to have to maybe prepare slides for yourself or for someone else, this can ensure that you get really good quality outputs. Now, it is important in all these things that you check the outputs. That should hopefully be very useful for you. And as for all of the tools that we're building, it's important that you're transparent and clear that you have used AI as part of the process so that you're not claiming personal credit, but that you're demonstrating your ability to use AI, which is also very valuable. Okay, so how do we go about doing this? The first thing, again, is the basic foundation of having VS Code and Claude Code installed. If you haven't already done that, if you maybe jumped straight into this video, just go back to the very first one to demonstrate how we actually install these. So you'll need to install VS Code, you need to add the Claude Code extension, and then log in. So once you've done that, you can just come back and work through this. For this task, we're also going to use Python. So Python is an extremely useful language which can help to connect up different tools, and we can use it for really valuable functions. Now, the Claude AI system will be able to write all of the Python code for us that we need, but it needs to be able to access Python itself. So what you need to do is to download Python onto your PC and make sure that that's available so that whenever Claude will actually try to use it and run it, that it's available. So if you don't already have that installed, go on to python.org, go through the download process, go through the installation process, and make sure that you make that available to it. Now, what we then do again is just go onto Canvas to get our initial prompt. So essentially this is a template that you can use as a basis if you want to create your own presentations in the future. So go on to Canvas, onto the AI for Finance module, go into the section number 3 for presentations, and then just download this text file, which is just 01 prompt PowerPoint.txt. Now save that to your PC and save it in its own folder. The way that VS Code works is that it operates, each folder is its own project. So create a new folder just with that file. And then what we're going to do is use VS Code to actually find that folder. So go into File and Open Folder. And once you have done that, then you should be able to see the files listed on the left-hand side. Just click on 01 prompt PowerPoint, and that will open up this template prompt in the middle here, which you can read through. So again, take some time just reading through how that's structured. So we start off with the task. So what we want to do, we want a sophisticated PowerPoint slide deck for an investment bank analyst report. And the focus of it should be recent trends in mergers and acquisitions. Now we then specify a few other details. So the first one is we want the AI to go out and collect up-to-date, reliable information. So we're specifically saying that you're going out to find reliable online sources of news and financial information. Now, Claude, and especially the more advanced models, should be quite reliable in terms of their interpretation of the information, but it can still what's called hallucinate, where it will try to interpret things or even to make up information which it believes to be plausible. So it's useful then to be able to just check all of the information that it has suggested. Now, there is what's called a PPTX skill within Claude. This is a very standard template which Claude Code uses when it's trying to design PowerPoint slides. So you specifically want to call that skill. And you can look through the details of it at this link if you want to, or Claude will just basically use that then as its foundation. Again, we specify designs in terms of what it might look like. And again, just in terms of how that's broken down for us, so this provides a useful template in terms of how to ask for these types of things. So ask it to create a specific task. So we've got this PowerPoint slide deck. The quality should be of investment bank grade, and what its topic should be is around mergers and acquisition trends. Ask specifically to go out and find extra information which is reliable online sources. Ask it to use the PPTX skill in terms of formatting, and then give your own guidelines around color scheme. Okay, so once we've got the template and we're familiar with what's included there, again, just open up Claude Code. So click on the little orange icon, and that will open up a Claude Code window for us. We're also then just going to close down the other window. So this chat window is just open by default within VS Code, but we don't need that one specifically, so just click X. Again, work through the various settings. So we've discussed this in several previous videos. And we're just going to go for model opus, and we're going to go for effort to be high, and then we're going to choose auto mode so that we can go through smoothly in terms of asking permissions from Claude. So those are consistent with what we've done in the previous examples. And again, all we now need to do is to ask Claude to implement this for us. So we say, okay, let's implement 01 prompt PowerPoint.txt, and that will work its way through all the different parts of that prompt within the text file, and we'll try its best to create what we have asked from it. So again, it will take some time. You'll see it updating in terms of going out and trying to find the latest information. It will make some updates around actually using the construction of the PowerPoint. And then once it has done that, it will explain it has been. So it has produced this PPTX file. So it's a 7-slide investment bank analyst deck on recent M&A trends. It has confirmed the design it has used, and it works through what each of those slides are. So you can again go into Windows File Explorer to open this. So don't try to open it within VS Code. It just tries to show you the actual underlying code rather than opening up the file itself. So go into File Explorer, just open up the PPTX file, and it should look something like this. Professional styling in terms of what you might expect from an investment bank. It has detailed information. Again, you'll need to check that to confirm that those numbers are correct. It has visualizations which help us to see various trends within the system. And again, you can look through various aspects around maybe different industries, and it has even picked out different deals. And you can see right up to date, it's listing SpaceX there. It recently bought over XAI, or actually merged with XAI, but you can see some other major deals which have gone through in the past year or so. And it brings it all together just in terms of a summary of different forces which have been shaping the merger and acquisition landscape, and some opportunities for the future and risks that might occur going forward. Okay, so what I want you to do is basically the same sort of thing, but I want you to ask Claude to create a PowerPoint in terms of IPO trends. So these are initial public offerings. So the first time that a stock is going to get listed on the market. So what have been the trends in terms of that? And can you identify different patterns? So basically just go into Claude, tell it what you want. If you want really specific details, you can provide that, or you can ask it for something more general. You can update the styling, so you can change the colors or the format or the number of slides. Just go back into Claude, into the text box, and just put in your requirements. And once you've done that, open up the PowerPoint, check that you're happy with everything, and then upload it to Canvas under the AI for Finance module and just look for task 3 for the third assignment, just for me to be able to see what you have been able to create and try to find different trends. So again, just a reminder that this extremely useful tool, if you're using it in a professional environment, it should give you really professional looking output. It's important to be careful in terms of the details. So you want to check the information. Also, in both a professional or academic setting, be clear and transparent about how you've put this together. So it's really useful that you're able to use AI, and that is a skill that is valued, but do not claim that you put it together yourself. So, be open and transparent when you are using this type of tool so that you can get the best output and be transparent about the process. So in our next video, we're going to move on then to look at how to do the same sort of thing for spreadsheets, how you can collect information, how it can then be processed and calculations can be done, which again is very useful.